tea. Let's see. This is so weird. Hi, I am Danny, but some people like to call me Danny May. It's short for Daniela, and I am here today making this video to fundraise for Circuit Riders. Circuit Riders is a discipleship training school. It's a DTS that I will be doing starting this October all the way up to April. So basically it's affiliated with YWAM. The school is 7 months long. The first 3 months consist of training. In the last 3 to 4 months of the school, we will be going on a tour called Carry the Love, and we will be going to hundreds of different high schools and colleges and universities spreading the love of the gospel on campus. There were a lot of things that came into play when making this decision of doing this school. I recently just got out of another discipleship training school with my church, and it was called Gap Year. And it was honestly one of the best experiences that I've ever had. And I'm the first one in my family to do a discipleship training school, so it was really cool just pioneering that. So here's the little backstory. So as I previously mentioned, I did a discipleship training school not too long ago. I graduated back in May, and I was kind of panicking a month before graduating because I didn't know what I was gonna do. And I was like, okay, God, what do I do? Like, do you want me to stay here? So a couple months back, around December, a good friend of mine mentioned Circuit Riders, and I kind of blew it off. And I told her, no, I'm not gonna do that. It's not what God's calling me to do. Long story short, I blew off the suggestion from my good friend because I thought God wanted me to go to a university in Oregon. And so while my family was up in Oregon, it was like a flat out no from God that he did not want me there. So I came back really confused and disappointed because I thought that's where he wanted me to be, and it wasn't. So I was up in Oregon during spring break. So spring break ends and we start school again, and I still have no idea what I'm gonna do. And so there's like a 1 month countdown until graduation. And I remember Circuit Riders popping back up, and then it kind of got me really curious as to what it was, because when my good friend mentioned it, I knew it was like a program, but I didn't really know what it actually was. So when Circuit Riders came back up, like the topic did, I couldn't stop thinking about it. Like day and night, it would just be in my head. And so I started praying and praying and praying until one day I was hanging out with my good friend. I'm just gonna say her name. Her name's Leslie. And I was over at her house, and I just got like this sudden urge to apply to Circuit Riders. And I was like, okay, this is weird. And so I remember just applying. I told myself, if I don't get in, then I don't get in. It's fine, we'll see where this goes. And out of curiosity, and I honestly, it felt like a push from the Lord to do it. And so I applied to Circuit Riders on April 27th, and that was a Wednesday. I scheduled an interview for May the 2nd, which is a Monday. So I have like 5 days until my interview from the time that I put in my application. I'm just like in this waiting period. And so I pray like, hey God, I don't know if I made the right decision, but I did feel a push from you to apply. So I need your help, like I need clarity on this. And I can't remember if it was before or after I put in my application for Circuit Riders, but my good friend Sabrina had a picture of me riding on a cloud going in a circle. And I was sitting with that thinking about what it was, and then came to a realization that I was riding on a cloud in a circle. So circuit is a circle and rider writing on the cloud. If that makes sense. You get what I'm saying. I don't know how else to explain it. That was one confirmation. Again, I don't remember if it was before or after, but I was just sitting with that, and then it so happens that I applied to circuit riders. Then that revelation came, like, oh, that was the picture that my good friend Sabrina gave me. So days go by, I'm just sitting with that in shock. And then Sunday hits, the day before my interview, and I'm at church, just worshiping my heart out, having a good old time with the Lord. And my good friend Leslie, that brought up circuit riders a while back, touches my shoulder. And so I turn around confused, and she starts bawling her eyes out. Again, I'm confused, and I'm like, oh my gosh, are you okay? She was telling me how she had a word from the Lord for me. I wrote it down. She told me that the message she got from the Lord was that I need to believe the authority and the glory that he's put in me, and that there was a commissioning to start now and to not wait until circuit riders, that he was just gonna secure the identity that he's given me in him and in this coming season. Then she gave me a Bible verse that goes, blessed are the feet of those that proclaim the good news. I was just struck by that, and I was like, okay, I receive it, Lord. I receive what you have for me in this season and in the coming season that you're gonna have me in. The next day rolls along, and it's May 2nd, Monday, and I have school, so I do this interview during my lunch. It's like an hour-long interview. One of the leaders ended up saying exactly the words that Leslie gave me the day before at church. And so I was tripping out because I was like, what the heck? Like, Lord, like, I can't make any of this up. Like, this is you. In this interview, she's like saying everything that Leslie said the day before. And so I'm tripping out. And then she stops after she says what Leslie says. And she looks at me. I think she asked me along the lines of, like, are you sure? Are you ready that you, like, are you sure that you want to do the school? Like, are you ready to pursue this? I like look at her and I'm like, yes, like, I want this. And so she looks at me and she's like, okay, I'm gonna accept you into this school right now. And she clicks the accept button, and then she tells me, as soon as you get off this Zoom call, this interview, you'll see an email of just like the requirements and just information that you need to know. So I'm tripping out still from what she said. And then I'm like freaking out even more because I just got in like during the interview. It shocked me because that usually doesn't happen to me. Like, I will do interviews and then they'll get back to me in like a week. Like, it doesn't just happen like that for me. And I don't know what the case is for like the other students, but it just shook me to the core, to say the least. I just was sure that the Lord wanted me to do this, so here I am. I am making this video asking for your help. I needed to raise $8,200 to pay off my tuition, and then I also need monthly sponsors because during this school year I'm not gonna be able to work, so I won't have a source of income. I needed to raise $8,200 for my tuition with donations that have already been happening. It's really cool how the Lord works, and I only need to raise $5,261 left. So the payments come in increments. So the first payment was $700, which is completely paid off for. I have a crazy story about that I want to tell you guys sometime, but just to cut that story short, but it's literally God moving on that. It was crazy. $2,000 worth of my tuition came in within like 3 days. Like, I've never experienced anything like that before, and so I'm really believing that the Lord is gonna move on this. And again, like I said, there's increments. So the first payment was $700. That has been paid off. That was due back in August, but it's been paid off. So this next payment that is due September 1st is $3,500, and the remaining that I need to pay off by September 1st is $1,200. $261. I'm not gonna lie, I feel like my faith is really being tested and tried in this season because I don't know where the money is gonna come from, and I've been praying and praying. I'm really learning how to depend on him like never before. And on top of that, it is August 13th, so I have 2 and a half weeks left to raise the $1,261, and I really do believe that the Lord is gonna provide. And again, I'm just asking for your help. I encourage you to pray about how much you want to donate or like to donate, or you can just partner with me in prayer. Like, that's awesome too. Anything counts, anything helps. I appreciate every single donation. I am just grateful for all the love, for all the support that's been happening. I feel so loved by the people around me and by the Lord. I'm also looking for monthly sponsors. During the 7 months that I'm gonna be doing Circuit Riders, I'm not gonna be able to work, and I'm gonna be fully invested in what the Lord is doing and what he has for me. And I encourage you again to pray if that's you. So yeah, I made this video asking for help, and I really hope that you can partner with me either through prayer or donation, but I encourage you to pray about it. I'll be making more videos on this soon. I'm definitely gonna make another video on my testimony, so stay tuned for that. But yes, thanks for hearing me out and for sitting and actually listening to what I have to say. I'm really trusting the Lord to move on this. I will see you guys soon. Anyways, okay, bye.